Benvenuti a tutti. Welcome to another edition of Italian America Long Island. My name is Dave Anthony Ducati. Today we have a very special guest, a good friend of mine, a wonderful person, a great performer, an entertainer, an accordionist, a singer, Mr. Pappa Joe DeClemente. Joe, welcome to the show.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Well, it's so great to have someone who has such a great history as yours and is such a talented man. Joe, you've sent me so many photos regarding your history and your relationship to the Iorio accordions. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
My great-grandfather was Augusto Iorio. He was born back in 1855 and moved to the United States here in roughly about 1900, 1906 time frame. In 1907, he opened up a shop, an accordion shop, a manufacturing shop, the Iorio Accordion Factory, and that was on Baxter Avenue in Little Italy. And he made accordions there. He repaired accordions, did lessons, and so forth. Roughly, now he brought over his two sons, Frank and Candido Iorio, and also a nephew, also that he brought over, Biagio Quadrichuck, and they worked on the accordions until about 1926. He went back to Italy on a trip because he used to go back and forth from here to Italy, and he got a massive heart attack, a stroke in 1926, and his son Candido took over. So his son Candido took over. Later on, they moved over to a couple different other buildings, and finally ended up in Jamaica, Queens, as one of their buildings. So me growing up, we used to go see Uncle Candido in Queens. So when I was a young kid, 6, 7, 8 years old, we'd go see the aunt and the uncle, and after we saw them in the house, we would walk back to where the shop was, and I would see them making all of these accordions and tuning them, and I was just so fascinated by it. So and this was just before my 9th birthday, roughly time frame 1956, actually 1955. And so for my 9th birthday, for Christmas time, I had asked my father, he knew I wanted an accordion, so I think he went to one of the 5 and 10s and bought me a toy accordion. And so when I opened it up Christmas Day, I was extremely disappointed that it was a toy accordion. I told him I wanted a real accordion. Well, 3 months later, in March, after I turned 9, 1956, he took me up to Melody Piano, which was a music store about 3-4 blocks away from where we lived in Elmont. And I started taking lessons at 9 years old.
Did you get your accordion from your uncle?
Well, not original. The first one we rented out. My grandmother was the sister to Candido. So what ended up happening is after I played for approximately a year, my grandmother went and she bought me a red and white Iorio accordion with Candido's name on it. That's one of the photos that we have of that.
Okay.
And so that became my prime instrument. And when I was going to elementary school, accordions were not in bands in elementary school. They had violins and everything else. Matter of fact, for a while I took up even violin. And so I ended up doing that. But when we graduated 6th grade, in 1959, when I graduated 6th grade, the teachers had asked me to play a solo at the graduation party. By that time, I had switched over from the Melody Piano to a more advanced music teacher, Mr. Springer, in the New Hyde Park area, and he was teaching me some of Charles Magnanti's songs.
Oh, okay. Which
were far more complicated, and more involved with the accordion. And so I started to learn those songs, and I learned the song T for Two with him. And I was also starting to learn Charles Magnanti's Dark Eyes, or Ciccione, as some people know.
But his arrangement.
His arrangement, yeah. And so when the day came for me to do my 6th grade graduation, I played T42, and the teacher had forewarned me, whatever you do, don't play Dark Eyes. You don't know it well enough. I says, okay. So I played T42, and people applauded. Then they asked me for an encore.
Okay, you weren't ready for that one.
I wasn't ready for that one, and I decided I was going to play Dark Eyes.
Okay.
And I played Charles Magnanti's arrangement of Dark Eyes, and I played it perfectly. And I mean, my father almost died sitting down watching me doing that, but it came out like mint. It came out absolutely beautiful.
That's a wonderful story.
And it was.
I thought you were going to tell me that you flubbed it.
No,
Wow,
actually,
so-
no. It actually came out very, very well.
So that must have really inspired you to want to play even more.
Oh yeah, I would go periodically from time to time into the city to see some of the Charles Magnanti. They would have like seminars and so forth.
Yeah.
And he would do demonstrations and play. I would see him. So he was one of my idols as a kid. And later on, I started to, through my cousin Iorio's, I met another fellow named Louis Del Monte from New Jersey, who became he became one of my key idols too. And I started to copy his style of playing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had the good opportunity. He invited us one time to go to Jersey, and Myron Florin from the Lawrence Welch Show was
Wow.
there. So, and because I knew Louis Del Monte, I had the opportunity to go backstage, meet Myron, get a signed autograph from him, and it was exciting. It was exciting for a young kid.
Sure. Well, how about we hear one of your tunes? What's the first one you're going to play for us?
I tell you, I would love to play Sorrento and O Sole Mio.
All right. Here we have with Pappa Joe DeClemente, and I hope you enjoy his accordion playing. Joe, that was fantastic.
Thank you.
I
very
enjoyed
much.
it so much. Two of my favorite songs. The absolute
They're
all-time.
also my favorites still.
You know, as you know, because you have played with me with my Quartetto
Yes.
Ducati, and you know that I love those songs so much. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Do you enjoy playing with groups, or are you more a soloist? What do you prefer?
Well, I started off with a four-piece band many years ago. Back in 1962, I started, and I had a four-piece band, a couple different four-piece bands that I worked with for a number of years. And then we lost a guitar player, and so we started to go to a trio, saxophone, drums, myself. But that was an electric accordion, just amplified accordion. Then later on, I started to get more into the electronic accordion, because the Iorios in 1959, they came out with the accordion. They were the first people to come out with the accordion organ.
Mm-hmm.
So I started getting more interested in that also. So I held on to the band for a while, and then slowly but surely, the sax man moved to Phoenix, the drummer moved to Florida, and I found myself alone. So I tried other musicians, but because the group had been together we were together for about 20, 25 years, it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
The camaraderie, the comfortable, we weren't comfortable with each other. I just was not happy with it.
Yeah.
So I decided more or less to start to go solo.
What kind of gigs were you getting with that early band? Was that the picture of the Moonlight?
That was,
bands?
well, the first band was the Moonlight Quartet, yes.
Moonlight Quartet.
That's the picture of the four of us.
Yes.
We were at the Firehouse in Elmont.
All right, so what kind of gigs were you getting back then?
Back then we were doing a lot of VFW halls. We were doing bowling dinners. We would do weddings, anniversaries. It was a mixture of everything, because that period of time is just before the Beatles and everything else became more popular. Bands were being, and they were you could get good jobs with the bands.
Yeah.
And then later on, I started to work with a couple of house groups or restaurants,
Right.
Alex and Henry's and stuff like that. But slowly but surely, the DJs overwhelmed us,
Yeah.
to the point we started to lose more and more. And so a lot of the weddings and those type of parties started to go away.
Right. So what kind of gigs are you getting now?
Now I basically play. I play several different types of. I play for Italian restaurants.
Right.
Okay. Periodically, I put on Lederhosen and I do German.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It's a little bit different for me, but I do that also. I also like to do. Sometimes I get called to do a cocktail hour for a wedding, strolling accordion. Seniors, I play also for seniors too.
Mm-hmm.
Call me, and wherever you want me, I go. That's the way I am.
Right. How about another tune for us?
Sure, I'd love to.
What are you going to play for us now?
Tell you what, how about if I play Anime Accordi and Arrivederci Roma?
Two of my favorites. Joe, that was great. I really enjoy you playing. You know, one thing that strikes me when I listen to you, I wonder if you're a good dancer.
I love to dance. My wife and I, when we first met, we used to dance all the time.
And I could tell by your style of playing because a lot of guys that play accordion solo and that don't dance have a very bad sense of rhythm. But your sense of rhythm is so sure and so good. I could see people dancing to your music very easily.
I love it. Matter of fact, when I play parties and the people dance, it's feedback for me. I eat it up, and I just want to keep playing more and more.
Absolutely. You just feed off that audience,
exactly.
the energy. But like some people, some musicians, if they don't have a drummer or a rhythm machine, they can't keep the rhythm very strict. But you can.
Yeah, the funny part about it is I've been working with electronic rhythm systems so long that if I play with a drummer, I know when he's off.
Ah. All right. So what would be a dream gig for you? An ideal gig, one that you would just love to do?
Again, to come out with an ideal. I just love to play parties where the people get involved. They can come up and they can come sing with me. I'll try and back them up when they come to sing. I love to see the people dancing to my music.
Yeah.
Those are the type of things I really enjoy. The ones who appreciate the music that I play.
Right, right. So now how about in your past history now? Do you have any gigs that were really outstanding in your mind that you really were very memorable for you?
I have one that sticks. I mean, there are a number because I've been playing quite a long time. But there is one that really sticks in my mind. And it's funny that you asked that question. It was a job that I did not want to play. I had got called to play in Manhattan on Central Park West for a private birthday party. And I did not want to go to this party. The type of person I am, I will not lie to my customers. I won't do that. So I tried to make other arrangements so I could tell them I was going to be doing something else.
Right.
I couldn't find anything else to do.
Okay.
So I said to myself, well, maybe if I raise my price a little bit, maybe he'll turn around and say no.
Right.
But he liked me. So he told me to go. So I ended up playing the party, and behold, who's there? Mary Tyler Moore.
Oh,
one of my
God.
childhood, people that I used to love to watch on TV. All them. So I got an opportunity to meet Mary and get a photo with Mary.
Wonderful. So you played a gig for Mary Tyler Moore. That's really some wonderful, wonderful thing. And how about some other tunes for us right now?
All right. One of my favorites, actually two of my favorites, Fly Me to the Moon and Lady is a Tramp.
Okay, here we go.
Fly me to the moon and let me swing among the stars. Let me know what life is like on Jupiter and Mars. In all the words, hold my hand. In all the words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with joy and let me sing forevermore. You are all I've longed for, all I've worked for and adored. In all the words, please be true. In all the words, I love you. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I've longed for, all I've worshipped and adored. In all the words, please be true. In all the words, I love you. She gets too hungry for dinner at 8. She likes the theater, but never comes late. She never bothers with people she hates. That's why that lady is a tramp. Won't do no dice game with barons and earls. Won't go to Harlem with sables and pearls. Won't dish the dirt with the rest of the girls. why the lady is a tramp. She likes that cool, fresh, now wind in her hair, now life without care. She's broken, but it's okay. Hates California, it's cold and it's damp. That's why the lady, that's why the lady, that's why the lady is a tramp.
Joe, great. You got a good, strong baritone voice there.
Thanks.
So, when you sing, what style or artist do you like to sing? Is it mostly Frank Sinatra? Or?
I like Sinatra. I like Dino. I also like Tom Jones too.
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones. Yeah, I enjoy Tom Jones.
Do you do Delilah?
Yes, I do. I love playing Delilah.
That's a great tune, and that was a big hit in Italy with Italian lyrics. So here we go with Pappa Joe DeClemente with Delilah.
I saw the light on the night that I passed by her window. I saw the flickering shadows of love on her blind. She was my woman. As she deceived me, I watched her in and out of my mind. My Delilah. Why, Delilah? I could see that girl was no good for me, but I was caught like a slave that no man could free. At break of day when that man drove away, I was waiting. I crossed the street to her house and she opened the door. She stood laughing. I felt the knock in my hand and she laughed no more. My Delilah. Why, Delilah? So before they come to break down that door, forgive me, Delilah, I just couldn't take anymore. Forgive me, Delilah, I just couldn't take anymore.
Joe, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Love it, love it. Wow, your voice is so strong. Wow. So when you go to your gigs, do you play with a PA system or without?
I have my own portable PA system that I bring, depending on the size of the party, size of the hall. Generally speaking, I try to use something small to keep the volume somewhat down if I can. As you know, I have a very powerful voice.
Yeah.
And I have to sometimes watch myself on the microphone and then I get emotionally involved in the song.
Right.
And I have to watch out that I gotta watch out that I'm not more involved in the song than the people. So,
okay.
So I have to, I got various systems that I can use.
Yeah, okay. So obviously while you're strolling around, I mean, the accordion is an amazing instrument in that it will fill up the whole room, even unamplified.
Yes.
And especially that Iorio that you've been playing. That thing is great. What a great sound on that thing.
Thank
so
you.
How many accordions do you have?
Well, I have a total of 11 accordions, 1 concertina, 2 small student ones. I have 6 Iorio accordions.
Oh my God.
I have a Bell Duovox, which is a MIDI, and I've got something else which recently I bought, was the new Roland FR4X. And I find each accordion serves a particular purpose for a particular application.
So now that Roland, that's the one when we did the Accordion Alliance, you were playing that one?
I was playing, at that time I was playing the FR7, I believe. I might have had that during that day. And I've now upgraded to an FR4X, which is a more recent
Roland.
Roland, yeah.
Okay. Where do you get your accordions?
Well, the Roland I bought from Liberty Bellows in Philadelphia. Some of them I find them either on eBay or Craig's. And I have an accordion that I saw on Craigslist from a guy way out here on the island. And when I went to see it, it turned out that the accordion was in horrible condition. I started to walk away, and then the guy lowered the price to a ridiculously low price because the accordion would needed repairs.
Yeah.
So I took it home. I bought it for a very low price. I took it home, took it completely apart, and rebuilt it, and I use that as my travel accordion.
Beautiful. Are Iorio accordions still being made?
No.
So
No.
that's a
Yeah.
collector's piece now.
Yeah. They stopped. They started, like I mentioned, about roughly 1907 in here in the United States, and the last sale of the accordions was back in roughly about 2009.
Now, is the Iorio the favorite of yours to play?
I enjoy it. It's favorite for me because it's family, but I also enjoy playing the bell, and I also enjoy playing the Roland. Again, you know, it's like children.
Yeah.
Which child do you love the best? Each child's got its own characteristic,
Right.
and each one you love, you know, in a particular way. That's what it's like.
So now, how about any future musical plans that you might have?
I just want to keep right on playing as long as I put it this way. A friend of mine who recently passed away, Santo, was 97 years old. The agreement between me and my wife is I'm going to keep playing until I can't play anymore.
Was that Santo Indirizzi?
Yes.
He passed away.
Yes.
Oh, what a shame. He was on our Accordion Alliance show.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Matter of fact, because I do gospel music,
Yeah.
I played also at his funeral too. I played at the funeral wake. I played a couple songs. "Amazing Grace" is one of my most favorite songs.
Yeah.
And I played and sang that and got everybody singing at the funeral. So yeah, it was a big loss for us.
Well, I'm so happy that I was able to get Santo on the show.
Yes, I was overjoyed about that too.
Well, Joe, it's been a real pleasure talking with you. You're such a talented guy and such a wonderful man. I want to thank you for coming out here, and I hope to be doing some gigs with you in the future.
I would love to.
All right, Joe. Thank you.
Thank you. Return to me, oh my darling, I'm lonely. Hurry back, won't you please hurry back, I am yours. Return to me, for my heart wants you only. Hurry home, won't you please hurry home to my heart. My darling, if I hurt you, I'm sorry. Forgive me, and please say you are mine, or return to me. Hurry back, bella mia. Hurry back, hurry home, to my arms, to my lips, and my heart.